Hi everyone, welcome you all. Activity 2.10 Class 9 Science NCERT in English only on the demand of my few subscribers. Different types of atoms contain different number of electrons. You can see these different types of atoms in the periodic table. These different type of atoms represent actually different kinds of elements. Means if we are talking about oxygen, it means each and every atom will be oxygen only. These elements chemically react with each other to form new set of atoms, and that is called compound. Now it is a new product. For example, hydrogen and oxygen are two different types of atoms which chemically reacts and form water molecule. If we add sugar in the water, then it will form a mixture, not a new compound. Because if we heat the solution, we can again separate the water and sugar. Means there is no new substance, no chemical reaction took place. In this activity also, we are going to prove the difference between compound and mixtures by taking iron powder and sulfur powder. Now take a china dish and add a little amount of iron and sulfur powder and mix it. Now take a small amount of this mixture into another china dish and heat it. Now this mixture will convert into a new substance in the form of black solid. Be careful, perform this activity in the presence of your teacher only. Now suppose this heterogeneous mixture is part A and this black substance is part B. Part A is a mixture of iron and sulfur, while part B is the compound of iron sulfide. We know that we can separate the component of mixture by few simple methods, and we also know whether the substance is in separated condition or in a mixture form. They do not lose their properties. Now try to separate the component of part A and part B. We know both are having iron, so we will try to separate the iron with magnet. Now bring a magnet over the part B. We observe there is no change, means iron of part B does not get attracted by the magnet. Now we can say part B is a new substance, that is iron sulfide, which does not have any separated iron particle. Now bring the magnet over the part A. We can see that all the iron get attracted over the magnet. It means part A is a mixture because we can separate the component easily, while part B is a compound because we cannot separate the components by simple physical process, that is by magnet. Now applying another method to prove whether the given substance is mixture or compound. So here we are going to use carbon disulfide for this test. Now take mixture of part A in a test tube and add carbon disulfide. Now sulfur will dissolve in carbon disulfide and reappear after some time. Means it does not lose its identity. And iron also you can see at the bottom. So again it is found that part A is a mixture. Now add carbon disulfide in the part B. We don't see any kind of change. Part B is a compound. Sulfur has already lost its property. Now it is in the form of iron sulfide, not a separate sulfur particle. Otherwise it would be dissolved. Now third practical. Take part A in test tube. Add dilute hydrochloric acid and place the cork. Now attach this with another test tube with a bent pipe. Now heat it slowly. You can see a colorless and odorless gas will be coming out, which will be collected into another test tube. Now slowly remove the second test tube and bring a burning matchstick over the mouth of the test tube. You can hear a pop sound. It means the emerging gas is hydrogen because only hydrogen produces pop sound on burning. Iron is metal, and when you are adding hydrochloric acid, iron always replaces hydrogen from the acid. So that is the reason when we have added hydrochloric acid in the mixture, in part A, iron which was present in the mixture form places hydrogen gas. So now we can say in this case also iron is not losing its property. Iron will remain iron only. So again part A is a mixture. Now we have taken copper sulfate in another test tube. Now take part B in a test tube and add the same acid, hydrochloric acid, and place the cork, it will produce hydrogen sulfide gas. Now see what reaction takes place over here. When we are adding hydrochloric acid in part B is a iron sulfide. So iron sulfide react with hydrochloric acid and gives ferrous chloride and hydrogen sulfide gas. When emerging gas passes into it through bent pipe, copper sulfate shows black precipitate. This is actually we are doing a confirmatory test for the hydrogen sulfide. Means we have to prove that emerging gas is hydrogen sulfide. Now see what happens chemically. When copper sulfate reacts with hydrogen sulfide, it gives copper sulfide and sulfuric acid. The black precipitate you can see in the test tube is actually due to the copper sulfide formation, and that proves that evolved gas is hydrogen sulfide. Hence, with so many experiments, we have proved that part A is a mixture and part B is the compound. But when you will be preparing for your exam, you are not supposed to only prove that this is mixture and this is compound. Whatever reaction took place in this whole process, in this whole activity, you have to write about that. What was your observation, which kind of precipitate we have seen, which chemical you have used. Everything would be asked in detail. So make a summary and note each and every point and chemical reaction that took place in this reaction. You see the recap. First of all, we have used magnet over the part A and part B. Part A was a mixture because the iron was separated by the magnet, while part B was not a mixture, was a compound which was not separated by the magnet. Second, we have performed chemical process. In this chemical process, we have taken carbon disulfide. In part A, we have seen physical change, means sulfur was dissolved in carbon disulfide, but with part B, there was no change, no reaction, nothing we have observed. Here, a very important question comes, in which chemical the sulfur can be dissolved? Now the third practical, with dilute hydrochloric acid, part A produces hydrogen gas and part B produces hydrogen sulfide gas. So here also few chemical based question will be asked. Why hydrogen gas was produced in part A and why the hydrogen gas was not produced in part B. And the second question, how you can prove that emerging gas was hydrogen sulfide in the part B case. To test the hydrogen gas, we have done pop sound. To test the hydrogen sulfide confirmation test, we did copper sulfate test. I hope it was helpful to you. I request you all to make a proper notes. You can see my channel link below this video. Please click over that so you can see my playlist and watch entire videos of the playlist. Please ask questions if you have any doubt. Please subscribe my channel and share my videos with your friends. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.